The Lost City of Atlantis, where did it go? Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about something amazing. It's called the Lost City of Atlantis. Have you ever heard of it? No? That's okay. I will explain everything. Atlantis is a city from a very old story. People say it was big, beautiful, and full of treasures. But one day, it disappeared under the sea. Where did it go? Was it real? In this story, we will learn about Atlantis, who talked about it first, what happened to it, and why it's still a mystery. Let's start this exciting adventure. What is Atlantis? First, let's imagine Atlantis. Picture a big island. It's in the middle of the ocean. The island has tall buildings made of gold and silver. There are green gardens everywhere. People are happy, smart, and rich. They have boats and big walls to keep them safe. This is what Atlantis was like, according to old stories. It sounds like a dream, right? But here's the strange part, no one can find it today. Atlantis is not a place you can visit. It's not on a map. It's a legend, a story from long ago. Some people think it was real. Others say it's just a tale, like a fairy story about princesses or dragons. The idea of Atlantis makes us curious. A whole city, gone. How could that happen? Who told us about Atlantis? The story of Atlantis comes from a man named Plato. Plato lived in Greece about 2,400 years ago. He was a teacher and a writer. He liked to tell stories to make people think. One day, he wrote about Atlantis. He said it was a real place, a big island far away in the sea. He didn't say exactly where, just beyond the Pillars of Hercules. That's an old name for a place near Spain and Africa. Plato said Atlantis was strong and powerful. The people there were good at building and fighting. But they made a mistake. They became greedy. They wanted more and more. Plato said the gods got angry. To punish them, the gods sent big waves and earthquakes. In one day and one night, Atlantis sank into the ocean. Poof! It was gone. What did Atlantis look like? Let's imagine Atlantis again. Plato said it was a special place. The city had circles of land and water. Think of it like a target with rings. In the middle was a big palace. Around it were rings of water, like moats. Then more land, then more water. Bridges connected everything. The people built walls around the rings. Some walls were covered in shiny metals, like gold, silver, and a red metal called orichalcum. The island had hot springs, water that comes from the ground, warm and bubbly. There were farms with food, like fruit and vegetables. Atlantis had animals, too, elephants, horses, and more. The people were smart. They made canals, long paths of water, to move boats around. It sounds like a perfect place to live. But if it was so perfect, why can't we find it? Where could it be? People have looked for Atlantis for a long time. They ask, where did it go? Plato said it was in the ocean, far from Greece. But he didn't give a map. So, we guess. Some people think Atlantis was near Greece, in the Mediterranean Sea. There's an island called Santorini. Long ago, a volcano exploded there. It made the island sink a little. Could that be Atlantis? Maybe. Others say no. They think Atlantis was in the Atlantic Ocean, maybe near the Bahamas or even America. There are strange shapes under the water near the Bahamas. They look like old roads or walls. Some say, that's Atlantis. But scientists say, no, those are natural rocks. Another idea is that Atlantis was in Antarctica. Long ago, before it got cold, maybe it was warm and green. Could a city be under all that ice? It's fun to think about. Was it real? Here's the big question, was Atlantis real? Some people say yes. They think Plato heard about a true place. Maybe it was a city destroyed by water, like a flood or a tsunami. There are stories all over the world about big floods. In the Bible, Noah built a boat because of a flood. In India, old tales talk about water covering the land. Could Atlantis be one of those stories? But other people say no. They think Plato made it up. He was a teacher who liked to tell stories with lessons. Maybe Atlantis was a warning. He wanted to say, don't be greedy, or bad things will happen. Scientists look for proof, like old buildings or tools under the sea. They haven't found Atlantis yet. So, we don't know for sure. Why do we still talk about it? Even today, Atlantis is famous. People make movies about it. They write books. They dive into the ocean to look for it. Why? Because it's a mystery. Imagine a beautiful city sinking under waves. It's exciting to think about. What if we find it one day? What treasures would be there? Gold? Statues? Old writings? Atlantis also makes us wonder about the past. Long ago, people built amazing things, like pyramids or big walls. Could they build a city like Atlantis? Maybe there are other lost places out there, waiting to be found. It's like a game, searching for clues in the sea. So, what did we learn? Atlantis is a lost city from an old story by Plato. It was big, rich, and beautiful. But it sank into the ocean long ago. We don't know where it was or if it was real. Some think it's under the sea, near Greece, the Bahamas, or even Antarctica. Others say it's just a tale. The mystery keeps us guessing. I hope you enjoyed this story. Atlantis is like a secret hiding in the water. Maybe one day, we'll find it. Or maybe it's a dream from the past. What do you think? Thank you for listening, and keep dreaming about amazing things.